Wait, how did you do that?
So, hallo alle miteinander und herzlich willkommen zurück zu The Stanley Parable. Ich habe heute was Besonderes vor.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ja, wir gehen jetzt erstmal natürlich wieder davor in den Gang. Und was ich heute vorhabe, hört sich wahrscheinlich etwas bescheuert an, aber...
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Was ich machen will, hier gab es doch irgendwo die Besenkammer. Ich glaube, die war nach dem Büro.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Genau. Die Besenkammer, dahin will ich jetzt gehen. Okay. Und dann bleiben wir einfach hier drin.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nö, wir bleiben jetzt einfach die ganze Zeit hier drin. Bin mal gespannt, was dann passiert.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Das stimmt doch gar nicht. Guck mal, da liegen, eine Rohrzange?
Baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sweet FA, ja. Was denn? Guck mal, da ist Panzertape. Damit kann man ganz interessante Sachen machen.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Weil's lustig ist.
Some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Weil's lustig ist.
Realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Ist mir egal.
Thought to mention it.
Ist mir egal. Ich bleib trotzdem hier drinne.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Genau, das Besenkammerende.
And really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. With drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Also, alle, die unter 16 sind, weghören.
Very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. In a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
Ja.
Or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Ich kann nicht mehr. Nein, ich bleib hier drin. Geh nicht raus. Meine Besenkammer. Gibt es hier jetzt ein Ende? Ach Mann, jetzt passiert gerade nichts mehr. Gut.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Ja, kannst du eine Weile warten. Ich bleib hier drin, bis ich ein Ende bekomme. Oh, jetzt komm schon. Gib mir doch einfach ein Ende. Ich find's lustig. Bitte. Och man. Ja, irgendwie habe ich das Gefühl, hier drin passiert jetzt sonst nichts mehr. Was natürlich ein bisschen schade ist, aber... Hä? Gerade gedacht, warte. Oh, ich habe eine ganz schöne Reichweite, um das zu machen. Okay. Na gut, da hier drin wohl sonst nichts mehr passiert, gehen wir nach unten.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nein. Wir gehen nach unten.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip
Oh mein
of his
Gott.
tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Wait, what? Hey, lass mich runter!
Himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? Then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Ja.
How the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Oh God.
All very odd.
Hilfe.
If this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float
Okay.
amid the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
Hilfe.
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream.
Okay.
I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Okay.
I am okay.
Okay. Und jetzt?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
What the fuck?
And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Was? Hä? Moment.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
What?
Though she soon turned to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to
Okay.
and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. Der war düster. Der war... Moment. Warum sieht jetzt alles hier anders aus?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Moment. Warum sieht jetzt hier gerade alles anders aus?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, jetzt bin ich gerade verwirrt. Warum sah... Das sah komplett anders aus. Was ist das? Warum sah gerade alles anders aus? Hier sieht es jetzt wieder gleich aus. Kann man, wenn's so anders aussieht, irgendwas Besonderes machen? Das wäre jetzt interessant herauszufinden. Oh, ich habe nur keine Ahnung. Ich habe nur echt keine Ahnung.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Kann man eigentlich auch mit dem Zeugs hier interagieren? Oder hier? Mit irgendwas? Komm schon, kann man hier irgendetwas machen? Irgendwas? Nee, es passiert nichts. Schade. Na gut. Jetzt bin ich echt nur gespannt. Kann jetzt hier irgendwas Besonderes passieren, wenn am Anfang das Büro anders aussieht? Okay, jetzt sieht's wieder normal aus. Es wäre jetzt interessant zu wissen, ob es tatsächlich ab und zu einfach die Möglichkeit gibt, irgendwas Besonderes zu bekommen und was man dann da machen müsste. Ich werfe einfach mal so die Frage in den Raum. Hat irgendjemand eine Ahnung, was man machen muss, wenn der Anfangsraum komplett anders aussieht? Falls ja, dürft ihr gerne einen Tipp reinschreiben, was ich machen sollte, aber nicht, was da passiert. Okay? Ich mache an dieser Stelle für heute mal wieder einen Cut. Das war's mit Stanley Parable. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Bis dahin. Tschüss.